All right. Do you have a Vandy hat? Where's the Vandy hat?
Actually.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Put the Vandy hat on. They deserve it.
It's ready. Yeah, there you go.
Just when I was kind of starting to, I was like,
Vandy's back,
it was weird with it was weird with Kentucky because I'm like, you look up and they won like 5 in a row. Our nightly, take a dump on Kentucky segments had finally taken a breath. But this was a tough ask to go on the road to Vandy, which can be the house of horrors, and that's exactly what it was. They never had a chance in this one, Sanford Steve. Vandy and that offense was just relentless tonight.
Yeah, I just look at the situation again. They had those 3 straight losses. They get Mississippi State, beat them. I think it was almost identical scores, 80-56, 86-56. Tonight, 80-55.
Yep.
When you look at Vandy, they're a nice, pleasant story coming out, and where the SEC, none of the top teams were playing well, and I still think it made everybody confused about, all right, well, who is it in the SEC? A&M's in first place. No one had that one. So Vanderbilt comes out and has the, long undefeated streak, get it, handed to him by Texas. And I thought, what was a gotta-have-it moment for Texas? So it was good to see them get their feet right. I think there's plenty of juice in the place. There's plenty of weather issues in Nashville. But, seeing people that were there talk about how juiced up it was, I thought it was a big get for Vandy. They know how fired up they are when Kentucky comes in, as is every arena when Kentucky comes in. But this was more about Vandy and how they put the ball in the basket and made it look easy. Never was in doubt, cruised out early. I think Kentucky started 4 of 22. And they were down 29-12.
They're 0 for their first 7. They're 0 for their first 7 and missed 2 free throws. And
BOA.
You don't take yourself a hole like that on the road. Not at Memorial. And by the way,
not against Mark Byington.
By the way, have you guys been to that? Have you been to the new facility?
About Byington. Why didn't we ask Sig about Byington? He could have given us some good insight from their JMU days. The difference, Steve, I think the difference is Vandy has not only a point guard, they have an elite level point guard and Tyler Tanner, and Kentucky doesn't have a point guard. It was going to catch up with them. Look at who they beat. Look at who Kentucky beat over this 5-game stretch. And a lot of it, other than the Tennessee win, was just kind of and even the Tennessee win. I think Tennessee's a good team, but they're not what they've been. So to me, Kentucky beat the teams they needed to beat for the most part. That LSU game, LSU's not very good, and they had to come back from whatever it was, 17, 18, 19 down to beat LSU. So this was one I thought was coming at some point, and this was the night.
Have you guys been to the new Vandy Hoops facility?
No. I want to get there.
Buddy.
Awesome.
It's unbelievable. I put it up against anywhere in the country.
I've been there. I just haven't been through it all. I actually was there for the NCAA for the SEC tournament last year and did our show on Selection Sundays. I've been to the offices, which are beautiful, right overlooking the football stadium there.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. Really.
Yeah.
They got everything.
It's a little embarrassing for me. I'm in Memphis, so I really have no excuse not to get over there.
No, but you're busy. You're busy watching I'm trying to rescue the Tigers right now, man. Yeah. I'm trying to save the Penny Hardaway era every day. Okay.
Good luck.
By the way, go put a lifesaver on them.
Yeah, no, it's a 24-hour job. I will say, you mentioned they have one. They really have 2 point guards. That's what makes Vandy special, because Duke Miles is basically a point guard,
and he was hurt.
He
didn't play tonight. That's
I'm just saying.
Part. I know Kentucky's shorthanded too, so I'm not. Right. Listen, I'm not saying anything about that, but Duke Miles has been their not their best player. Tyler Tanner is clearly their best player, but Duke Miles has been their leading scorer through the year, and a great transfer addition that I don't think a lot of people saw coming from High Point, then Oklahoma, and now he's thriving in Nashville.
Stanford Steve on Kentucky. I don't want to call it a dead cat bounce. Some of those wins were good wins, if not, even if they were against the middle to bottom of the SEC. That road win at Knoxville was super impressive, especially the way it happened. Where's the arrow pointing on this team? Up, down, neutral? Where are we at?
I mean, what was it? A month ago, watching you guys on here. I'm not saying specifically you two, but like it was literally was Kentucky a tournament team. So when in again a back against the wall situation where they come out, they ripped off what four in a row, 5 in a row.
Yep.
And to Jeff's point, there's some bad of the SEC mixed in there, but you get a road win at Tennessee, that's gonna be a very good win at the end of the year. I promise you that. And now you go to Arkansas, what, Saturday? So it's they're up against it, but you've seen them pull through now that they've faced adversity. You just don't want to see nights like tonight. That's what really gets everybody agitated, I believe, is when you come out, and we talked about the shooting numbers on the road, and you're not even in the game. And then you have a game where you're, hanging around against Tennessee and you pull it off late. Like, which one is it? I still, lean towards the good. I believe in Pope and what he's done. From where they were and how he was talking at the beginning of the season, they're a hell of a lot better than they were then.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll get to Arkansas and that matchup a little bit later in the show. We got to get to UConn. UConn survives